Hey Internet, it's RJ. Welcome back. Thanks for tuning into this show today. Now today is Sunday, so you know what that means. We're going around the net with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. So on the docket for today, we have Chase back in the news again, doing some stuff. Maybe it's good. We'll see. They're also tweaking a Marriott card. We have, of course, Wells Fargo coming out with some new cards with Expedia. And we have the old school OG BILT card also in the news. Tell you what's going to happen to that as well. So, of course, sounds interesting to you, then go ahead, press the subscribe button, and let's get to work. See, it feels good to be back on the old corner of the desk angle. It just feels right, you know. We missed last show, the newer setup here. So let's get started with old House of Diamond, if you will. So we've got two stories coming out of their camp. The first is about buy now, pay later services. So if we throw this on screen for you, the gist of it is that Chase will no longer allow credit cards to be used for buy now, pay later programs. So this was an account message. Courtesy of Travel with Grant here, effective October 10th, 2024. You will not be able to use Chase credit card to pay for third-party buy now, pay later, or BNPL for short installment plans. Payments to these installment plans, Klarna, Afterpay, etc., you know, the ones we've talked about for a while. Using your Chase credit card will be declined. If your Chase credit card is used for any of these recurring plans, please update the payment method, on and on and on. So there you go. Honestly, I didn't know these services would have taken credit card before, let alone that Chase would have let them through. We've seen a long war on, you know, not being able to use cards to pay for debt, which is not a new thing. So, you know, plus Chase also pushes their own buy now, pay later plans using their card near existing credit limits. So I don't know, I guess not overly surprising. I'm more surprised that you could still use it before. So I don't think this one is a terrible loss overall. I mean, again, most people here aren't even using buy now, pay later. But if you know someone who is, well, make them aware of it. Now, change number 2 for Chase, because they're just going to keep going today, is an interesting one. It's not so much a change. It's a threat. Maybe an empty threat. We don't really know. So if you remember back to, I don't know, a few months ago when there was a war on late fees or late payment fees, you know, where I think it was the CFPB wanted to move them down to about $8 from, you know, $30 to $40, whatever the banks was charging. Well, of course, the banks weren't a fan of that. And as a result now, Chase is at least putting their chest out there saying that as a result of this, a lot of consumers could see their checking account fees increase or their free accounts go away, which is awfully odd because I don't know if they understand what a free account actually is over the House of Diamond, but here you go. Let's just take a look at the quote. Now, we pulled this from Yahoo Finance. I think it was originally reported to Wall Street Journal, but if you're new here, you know I'm not paying for the Wall Street Journal, So here we go. The potential changes, this is again from CEO of Consumer and Community Banking at JP Morgan, are a result of new regulatory rules that cap overdraft and late fees. Lake says Chase will be passing along those increased expenses to customers, which would put an end to now free services such as checking accounts and wealth management tools. And she says she expects other banks will follow suit. So the interesting part of that is, again, I don't know if JP Morgan understands what a free account is. They have one free account, like free without requirements to keep it free, and that's their student or their college checking. Funny enough, my account is still registered as a college checking. I still think even if you don't product change it up to like whatever their next one is, they still have the fee requirement in there. There are other total rewards or whatever. You'd think I know. We talk about these all the time for the bonuses on the second channel. But their main consumer banking accounts are free with requirements, either like a $1,500 minimum balance or reoccurring direct deposit, then yes, they're free. It's not like a credit union where we see a ton of free checking products when we go through these bank accounts. So I don't know if they're threatening to take away that and they're going to be as bold to think people will just pay them $5, $10 a month for the right to have a checking account at JP Morgan. I don't know. Would other banks follow suit? Probably. Someone's got to go first. We'll see how this goes. Right now, I think it's like a veiled threat to get it out there to the world. I don't know that they would actually just put fees on their accounts that are unavoidable fees for checking accounts. That seems tough. Generally, you want to encourage people to bring money under management and use your account. So I don't know. The wealth management side makes more sense. I mean, people aren't afraid to charge for wealth management products, but even over there, how far can you push people when you have your pick of wealth management? And by wealth management, for the average person, we mean a brokerage account, right? It can either be for, you know, your daily trading activities, retirement account, whatever. So you've got the fan favorites of, you know, Charles Schwab, you know, that seems to be the best one. Fidelity, is usually a popular one as well if you want some, legacy names. But then you've got Robinhood, which, again, we talked about the gold card, but I did like Robinhood for trading when I used it. Let's not even get started on the free stocks from Webull and Moomoo by now. So I find it a tough sell that even Chase would do this to see how far they can push their customers. Now, we do think the fees are, the $8 fees aren't going to go over well, and the bank will definitely recoup their money somewhere. I have no doubt of that. We're declaring war on checking accounts, deposit accounts, though, seems like a stretch, given like that's the one product that really gets people in the door. Here it's card, sure, but I think that would just irk a lot of people. But then it would be an interesting thought experiment to see how far can you push people. One thing we do really badly as customers is they know they can push us around and not enough people will leave. A la Wells Fargo. I mean, they were still like the largest, second or third largest bank at the time, going through all the stuff they went through a few years back. So, I guess they could try it and see, but I think it's just a threat right now, putting your chest out there. So we'll definitely keep an eye on it, of course. Now, it's not all bad from the land of Diamond, because they are taking a minor refresh to the Marriott Bold card. So I'll put it on screen for you, but this is like the junior card, the baby brother card from the Marriott lineup and Chase. So again, minor refresh, still no annual fee. Multipliers, from what I can remember, you're losing out on like travel, but there, of course, 3X Marriott was already there. They're adding groceries at 2 back, ride shares at 2 back, select food delivery at 2 back, cable and phone services at 2 back, 1 on everything else. They're dropping Silver Elite. You get Silver Elite status, but the nights, you used to get 15 Elite night credits. It would help you towards status. They didn't count as stays. They're dropping it from 15 to 5. And they're also adding a travel now, pay later. So back to our first story, it's like buy now, pay later just for travel, which I think you could still buy now, pay later on those cards to begin with, but it's a cool branding, so whatever. Much to do. It's not really anything that anyone here is going to care about. You can see what they're defending against. I think Marriott looks at their portfolio, it's like no one's using this card, so let's add in a bunch of other multipliers that people could use, everyday multipliers. And so for people who just wanted one entry-level travel card and they earn Marriott points, I think it's fine. Most people here aren't going to be bothered about it. You'd rather have the double cash, I'm sure. Put that spend elsewhere, get it to Marriott somehow. I guess double cash is a bad example in this case, but you get the point. The 15 Elite Night credits, I think they're cutting those because there's a world where people hang on to this card and leave it in a desk drawer and just keep it active to bank those credits. If you're going for like lifetime ambassador elite or something, then like having this card for that to get 15 of those elite nights per year is pretty good. So I can see that as well. They want to make it less advantageous, and realistically, those elite night credits aren't really going to do anything for any one serious customer who has this card. You'd probably have another one by now, so just be aware of that. Now, there is a higher intro offer going on for it as well. So we've got it over for you at profitablecontent.com in the blog post. I think they've got like 2,000, 50,000 points, and I'll put it on screen for you. But they're also throwing in an Elite Night credit. But again, I still don't think that one's probably worth it. But at least they are throwing some points behind it. So anyhow, one interesting story that I did not know was a thing. So if you remember way back when, we've been talking about BILT Rewards and Wells Fargo quite a bit. BILT Rewards was originally with Evolve Bank, and we talked about Evolve Bank last week for nothing good, data breach, unrelated, but maybe related. And so eventually BILT signed with Wells Fargo, and normally what happens is like you would move and you would take the entire portfolio of customers and loans with you to the new issue. It doesn't have to happen that way. When Capital One and Walmart are going to break up, Walmart's leaving the entire portfolio. So it's not uncommon to do, but it is sort of uncommon to run two products simultaneously, meaning there was the Wells Fargo BILT card, which we've talked about. There's also the Evolve Bank BILT card, which I didn't know was a thing. Maybe you guys did. I didn't know that. The reason this is important is because the Evolve Bank version, which they're calling now the Beta BILT card, which I think is also creative. I don't really remember it being sold as a beta originally, but I could be wrong on that, so let me know if I am. They're going to sunset that product at the end of this year. So specifically, here you have it. Here's what's going on. This is from Miles to Memory, who got it. So on December 31st, 2024, all legacy BILT MasterCard accounts will no longer be able to be used. Cardholders will still be able to pay off the balances. Of course, they owe this time if they do not close their cards themselves. These will close by BILT. BILT says that overall, this affects a tiny percentage of our cardholder base. Here are some more details that BILT has shared with us. You have 6 months to decide whether to apply for the Wells Fargo issued BILT World Elite MasterCard. Legacy cardholders who choose to apply will receive 10,000 BILT points, whether you're approved or not. Approval not required. Cardholders' BILT rewards accounts will not be impacted if they choose not to apply for the new Wells Fargo issued card. I could have sworn they said beta in here somewhere. Maybe I made that up. But so there you go. I didn't know they were running two portfolios side by side. Why? So why would they just not bring the portfolio with them? Well, it could be any number of reasons. I'm going to guess it's an underwriting and customer base issue. Normally, if you're going to look at a portfolio, you get to sign some documents, and then you can have your analyst review the portfolio. Portfolio being the group of customers, their vitals being FICOs, incomes, all that good stuff, right? See what you're paying for if you want them. And a lot of times with these cards, when they go to neo and fintech banks or banks like a Synchrony or someone like that, they cast a wide net because they want approvals, right? This isn't uncommon. Even Chase casts a wide net with the Amazon card, because Amazon doesn't care, right? It's not Amazon's money. Amazon wants the customer, right? So it's entirely possible that, these are not customers that Wells Fargo really wants, especially since, granted, we don't have a lot of Wells Fargo data points, but from the Signify and the Journey card, we've seen a lot of denials. I got denied for both. For saying, hey, too many inquiries. They hit me for like 4 things on my denial letter for the Journey. So it could just simply be a customer base Wells Fargo has no interest in. Of course, there is no intro offer for the BILT card normally, so offering them 10,000 points regardless of approval is nice. So if you have the card and you're with Evolve and it's working for you, then I would say, sure, go ahead and apply for it. Again, just remember Wells Fargo's rules. It's once every 6 months for Wells Fargo card bonus, which could impact some people. I don't think I'd burn a hard pull on 10,000 points. I mean, I probably would, but that doesn't mean you should if you know you're not going to get approved. So is this interesting? It's also entirely possible, Evolve Banks had their set of issues with the data breach and stuff like that. So maybe Wells Fargo just say from a risk perspective, like we're all good, let alone the fact that Wells Fargo, again, we talked about it like a month ago now, maybe is still losing money on the BILT card, $10 million a month, rumored or allegedly. So maybe we're all set on customers right now while we sort this out. We won't tell you no, but we're not going to just give me everyone you got. Those would be my theories. I don't know. I just didn't realize they were running two programs like that side by side. So anyhow, if you are a legacy cardholder, let us know what you're going to do and why. I'd love to get your opinion on it. Now, Wells Fargo, not done yet. If you don't want the BILT cards, you might want their Expedia cards. When we talked about the BILT story, we said Wells was going to pause on new partnerships and co-branded ventures except for the one in Expedia because it was already in the works. Well, they've put out a press release and we have the cards. And weirdly enough, they gave us a lot of details, which is very nice and very appreciated. So we take a look at this. You've got 2. So one key on the right is the no annual fee. I like to start with the little brother first. Earn $400 in one key cash after spending $1,000 on purchases in the first 3 months. Then when you earn 3% on one key cash on Expedia, Hotels.com, and Vrbo. When combined with one key benefits, Platinum tier members earn 9% on Expedia on those same spots. When booking VIP access, it's 5% on Vrbo. Cool. Earn 3% in one key cash at gas stations, grocery stores, and on dining. Earn 1.5% in one key cash on all other purchases. Okay, automatic silver tier, path to next tier, unlock gold when you spend $15,000. Probably better ways to spend $15,000, but you let me know. No foreign transaction fees is nice. Cell phone protection, trip protections, cancellation and interruption, auto collision damage, and common carrier. Also, additional MasterCard World Elite benefits, the standard stuff you would expect. Big Brother card, a one key plus. At least they didn't say platinum. $99 annual fee. Bonus is $600 with spending $3,000 in the first 3 months. A lot of this is the same. I'm just kind of spot checking to see what's different. 3% back, one key cash on Expedia. The same deal applies. You're getting 3 back at gas stations and groceries, 2 back and one key cash on everything else. That's in gold tier. Those are kind of your bigger differences. Next tier is platinum. Oh, we found the platinum word. When you spend $30,000 per calendar month, again, probably per year. Sorry, probably an easier way to spend $30,000. Get $100 in one key cash each cardholder anniversary. And receive a statement credit of up to $100 for global entry. That'll probably go up to match the raised fees coming in October. No foreign transaction fees and the same deal. So I'll leave that up for a second so you can kind of look through it. But I don't know. I mean, look, Expedia is popular with the common man, all right? So I'm not really going to bash these. I think there's fine to have products that are directed for the common person. If you're someone who really likes Expedia, that means you're probably not doing super well with travel cards like people would here. Sure, I mean, I don't even know what Expedia codes as, to be honest. Like if it codes as travel or not. But for those people, sure, they'll probably be happy with it. Could I know what one key cash is worth? No, most of you probably don't even care. If you do, let me know down below. I think this is fine. Even the one with $99 annual fee. I mean, if it's 1 cent per point, then that $100 one key cash each cardholder anniversary. Again, I mean, it's paying for itself. So if you like Expedia and you like booking through it, then fine. I think it's fine. The cards will be available later this summer. They didn't give an exact date. We got the full presser over our profitable content for you. It's probably late summer, early fall, I would imagine, because we're halfway through summer now, I would think. But anyhow, I don't really have a strong opinion about them. I really my kind of just thought is like not everything has to be for us. I don't think there's going to be of interest to most people here, but Expedia has a large following, and I think those people could potentially be happy with this, especially because the annual fee card looks on paper to pay for itself with that $100 every anniversary year and a $99 annual fee. You could be fine. Again, the statuses, I don't know what those get you at hotels, but overall, new products is always good. And again, it's still nice to see Wells Fargo not shaking too much and still in the new product game. So let me know what you think down below. You frequent travelers out there, would you consider these as a churn and burn, or do you just stay away from it? Are you more book directly, travel portal? I think we have the answer though, but I'd love to hear your thoughts nonetheless. Anyways, guys, that's been it for the news this week. So of course, if you liked it, drop me a thumbs up down below. If you found it particularly interesting, consider subscribing to the channel. So we're posting content just like this every single week. And of course, we're right back here every Sunday with all the news you can use in the week that was in credit and finance. And of course, every single day over on profitablecontent.com. The channel's blog, always linked down below for you and on the homepage. We not only have the latest news stories just like this, we have plenty of bank promotions. I know we have some good ones from Wells Fargo since we've talked about them a lot. And we have credit card offers. Nothing from Wells Fargo except the BILT card. So if you want your new BILT card, actually, we do have a link for that. I should have plugged that earlier. This is why I have no credit card sales, because I'm just bad at it. But we have one of those. So check it out. Why don't you? Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this one. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you very soon in the next one.